The summer of 2014 in Staten Island, it felt different. It was hot, sticky, and boring. One of those summers where the days bleed together and you live your life through the blue light of your phone screen. That's where it started, of course. On a screen. A picture posted to Instagram. The quality was terrible, like it was taken on a potato. It showed a deserted road at night, and under the sickly orange glow of a streetlight was a clown. He was just standing there, holding a bunch of balloons, waving silently at the camera. It was weird, sure, but we all laughed. Staten Island is a strange place. A guy in a clown suit felt almost normal. Then another picture appeared a day later. Different location. Edge of Clove Lakes Park. Same clown, same unnerving stillness. Then a third near the South Beach Boardwalk. The local news picked it up. They called him the Staten Island Clown. They laughed too. They interviewed people who called it a prank, a marketing stunt, a guy with too much time on his hands. And that's what we thought it was. Me, Mike, and Chloe. It was our summer's entertainment. A local cryptid to joke about. We'd send each other the new photos. He's getting closer to your house, Mike. Jokes. It was all just a joke. But the thing about a joke is you have to be in on it. And as the sightings continued, a detail emerged that the news wasn't reporting. The people taking the photos, they always said the same thing. You didn't just see the clown. You felt him first. A sudden, deep-seated cold. The feeling of being watched. The turning point for us was a post on a local forum. A woman claimed the clown had been standing across the street from her house for over an hour, just staring at her kid's bedroom window. She said he didn't move, not even to shift his weight. When her husband finally got the courage to go outside, the clown was gone. But tied to their fence post was a single, deflated, red balloon. That's when it stopped being funny. The digital ghost story had just crossed over into the physical world. And like the idiots we were, we decided we didn't want to just watch it online anymore. We wanted to see it for ourselves. Mike was the skeptic. It's just some loser trying to go viral. Chloe was the believer. She was convinced it was something paranormal. And I was the one with the driver's license. Let's go clown hunting, Mike had said laughing. It's a phrase that haunts me to this day. Our first night was a bust. We drove around for hours, hitting the locations of the previous sightings. Clove Lakes Park, the boardwalk, nothing. The streets were empty. The air was thick with humidity. It felt like a waste of gas. We were about to go home when Chloe pointed to a small playground tucked away behind a strip mall. "Let's just check there," she said. The place was creepy. Rusted swings creaked in the breeze, and the moonlight made the faded paint on the merry-go-round look like dried blood. We got out of the car. The silence was absolute. Mike started making jokes, kicking at the gravel, trying to break the tension. And then we saw it. Tied to the chain of one of the swings was a single bright blue balloon. It bobbed gently in the wind. It was brand new. There was no clown, no footprints, nothing. Just that balloon. It was like a breadcrumb, a sign. Mike stopped laughing. He walked over cautiously and touched it. It was real. We stood there for what felt like an eternity, just staring at that impossible object. The feeling of being watched was suddenly overwhelming. It was like static electricity on my skin. We didn't run to the car. We walked deliberately, trying not to show fear. We got in, locked the doors, and I drove away without looking back. No one said a word for 10 minutes. The joke was dead. This was real. We should have stopped. Any sane person would have stopped. But we were obsessed. The fear was intoxicating. The next day, a new photo surfaced. This one was different. It was taken near the abandoned farm Kalanya Place with a dark history, a collection of decaying buildings where the city used to house its unwanted. The photo showed the clown standing in a doorway of one of the derelict buildings. But this time, he wasn't waving. He was pointing directly at the camera. The caption just said, "Come find me." It wasn't a sighting anymore. It was an invitation. And that night, we accepted. The farm colony at night is a place where sound goes to die. We parked as close as we could and made our way through the overgrown fields, using only our phone flashlights. The air was cold, smelling of rot and damp earth. Every crunch of a leaf underfoot sounded like a gunshot. Mike, the former skeptic, was now clinging to a heavy mag light like it was a weapon. Chloe was filming everything on her phone, her hands shaking. We found the building from the photo. It was a former dormitory, its windows like vacant eyes, its doorway a gaping mouth. "This is a stupid idea," Mike whispered. He was right. We pushed open the groaning door and stepped inside. The beam of my flashlight cut through the darkness, revealing peeling paint, debris on the floor, and an unnerving silence. We moved slowly, room by room. My heart was a drum against my ribs. And then Chloe gasped. She pointed her phone towards the end of a long hallway, and there he was. He was just standing there, exactly like in the pictures. The cheap, colorful suit, the oversized shoes, the white face paint, and the red, painted-on smile that was too wide, too perfect. He was holding one green balloon. He didn't move. He didn't breathe. He just existed. We were frozen. 100 feet of decaying hallway between us. And then he did something. He slowly raised one white-gloved hand, and he waved. Just a small, lazy wave. The same wave from the first picture. That's when we ran. We scrambled out of that building, falling over each other, gasping for air, and sprinted back to the car. I fumbled with the keys, my hands shaking so badly I could barely get the key in the ignition. I didn't look back, but Chloe did. She let out a sob. "He's in the doorway," she whispered. "He's just watching us." I slammed the car into drive and sped away, tires squealing on the asphalt. The silence in the car was heavier than ever before. We dropped Chloe off, then Mike. When I finally pulled up to my own house, I felt a wave of relief so powerful it almost made me sick. I was safe. I ran inside, locked the door, and leaned against it, my body trembling. After a few minutes, I crept to my living room window to look outside, to reassure myself that the street was empty. And that's when my blood turned to ice. Under the streetlight directly across from my house, another one was standing there. This one was different, shorter, wearing a blue suit, and holding a single yellow balloon. He wasn't there before. And as I watched, he slowly raised his head and looked directly at my window, directly at me. It was never a prank. It was never just one person. We didn't go looking for a clown. We went looking for their attention. God help us. We got it.